Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's Will from The Great Binge, and I'm back to give you my opinion on what all 30 NBA teams need to get better for the upcoming season. And in this episode, I will be talking about a team that left a lasting impression on my childhood. I mean, thanks to this team, I didn't have to wait for Infinity Wars to see my heroes die. I'm talking about the Chicago Bulls. More specifically, the 90s Bulls. And as a kid growing up in the 90s, correction, a Knicks fan growing up in the 90s, it wasn't a good time. It wasn't good times. But there was always respect that I had for that team. And as I grew up, I really grew to appreciate the dynasty that they helped create. And like everyone else, The Last Dance documentary has reminded me of this. Which got me to thinking, what do the Chicago Bulls have to do to get back to this level of dominance, this sense of tradition? Largely due to one player, the Chicago Bulls went from a struggling franchise to being mentioned with the Celtics and the Lakers as one of the great NBA dynasties. And despite a brief run led by D. Rose, the Bulls have not come close to reaching those heights. So what are some of the things that the Bulls can do this offseason to one day reach the ultimate goal, a championship? Well, they're off to a good start. The Bulls are obviously heading into a new direction, firing longtime GM Gar Forman and moving John Paxson into an advisory role. Former VP of Player Personnel for the 76ers, Mark Eversley will take over as Bulls' new GM. Eversley said to The Undefeated, "I am a black man who has a leadership position in a city with so many black youth. I see this as an opportunity. Being visible is important. My position with the Bulls provides resources that help drive change. We all can do better, and I intend to do more." Arturas Karnisovas will take over as Executive VP of Basketball Operations. Leaving his position as GM for the Denver Nuggets, Arturas watched the Bulls as a teenager in Lithuania as they created their dynasty. Arturas said on a conference call, "This is my dream. Our ultimate goal is clearly to bring an NBA championship to the city of Chicago. A firm foundation is absolutely vital. I will build that here in Chicago. No skipping steps. There is a systematic approach to success." Now, normally, looking at a team sitting at the bottom half of the league, I would say there should be significant roster movement. But the Bulls were hit pretty hard with injuries this season, even more than most teams in the league. So I don't think that you can truly gauge what they have. I do think the Bulls should stay open to trades, but as far as players like Lauri and Wendell, the Bulls shouldn't be too anxious to move them for just anything. But if the Bulls do decide to make some trades or go after players in free agency, I think players like Jaylen Brown and Patrick Beverley would fit perfect in Chicago. And since things look a little shaky in Utah, I would like to see them take a shot at getting Donovan Mitchell, for obvious reasons. And even though I doubt AD won't re-sign with the Lakers, if you're the Bulls, you got to take a shot and try to bring one of the best two-way players in the game back home to Chicago. And lastly, maybe the thing the Bulls need most of all, a respectable head coach. With Bowling seemingly out of the door, the Bulls should look for a culture-changing coach. Something that's been missing since Tibbs. And even though Tibbs is available, I think that Mark Jackson, Jerry Stackhouse, Kenny Atkinson would be better options. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more NBA content. And be safe. Peace and love.